Hello guys, back with more Banner. We're on episode 3 now. And yeah, so to recap what happened in the last episode, I'm pretty sure we were trying to run away from the dredge. We had a couple heroes promote. Don't quite recall which ones, but uh, yeah. So we need to rest in camp to heal Ivor. Eagle turned out to be a crazy unit because he could just block everything for whatever reason that is. What is this? Bjarken Rune, a crude medallion made from branch of a tree found above the Godstone. Frostvellr, carved with a curious rune. So, and I'm assuming this means 15% chance to dodge. And I don't know if this means we have two of them, but let's see if we could try to equip it to the guy. So how do I? Boom. No, this just probably means we got. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyway, uh, we had a conversation last episode with I think it was Egil, and I think he likes Rook's wife, which is definitely intriguing. So yeah, why don't we take a look at the market, see if there's anything we want. And this is already a lot better than what we had on the other guy, and it kind of sucks that I didn't see this. Uh, 3 will per rest. I don't know. I think we'll just keep it as is. And supplies seem okay. We have 15 days worth. I hope we can hit another settlement before we run out. So yeah, let's just probably just rest up here, unless there's something interesting on the map. So I was shining a little bit. Okay, so this is where we are. We cannot see the position of the other groups. Okay, so let us proceed then. So we will just rest. Lost some supplies, improved morale. Let's take a look at our heroes. Does that mean we have to rest one more time? Yeah, so let's rest one more time just for Ivor. And we do probably want to just leave after this just because. Let's get a couple of days worth. We do want to leave just because the dredge are on our tail. And I think our goal is to make as much distance as possible. You're only just outside the village when 2 men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostvellr. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. Very peculiar. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people of Skogr. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know that what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. I see. I don't know. I think this guy seems a little bit controlling. How do we react to this? There won't be anything to tend to once the dredge arrive. Let your people decide on their own. I don't want anything to do with this. So, see, on one end, I definitely want to go with choice number 2. Let the people decide what they want. This guy shouldn't really have a say, especially since I'm pretty sure the way these types of communities work is you have a leader of a town and, he offers you protection and land. And it's not that you're tied to it, doesn't own you. But at the same time, I don't want to have more people join because we already had a party join earlier and our caravan is quite large, so it's difficult to manage a larger group of people. So one is definitely off the table, right? Because that just urges the entire caravan. And then this one here may lead to armed conflict. Number 3 is the one that gets us just out of here, but I do kind of want to see what happens if we say this. We thought that's how it went ourselves. A good number told me to my face they didn't want to be beaten to death by Dredge. Dredge my ass. Oh, you don't know, do you? I don't know what this scam is this time, Hogan, but you got 2 choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogan, what do you say? Though it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. Settle this yourselves. I won't kill men for defending their homes. Ivor, let's make this a fair fight. Side with the brothers. I think in the spirit of not having... but I kind of like their design, I'm not going to lie. Like, story aside, I would side with them just because they look cool. But... Nah, we really can't get involved. You step back as one of the thugs lunges forward and is caught in the ribs by Hogan's axe. The air soon rings with the sound of screams and axe heads against shields. 4 men lie dead on the ground before the others run. You hurt, Mogan? No. We should have done that years ago. Nah, I can't go around killing for no good reason. This was a good reason. The brothers head back into the village, and soon many other villagers have joined your caravan. Hogan introduces you to his young son and wife. All grins, unconcerned about the fact that you never agreed to let them come. You don't bother arguing. Before long, you set out again. So yeah, it works out fine. They got to display their strength. I'm sure it'd look good, right? Can't see it negatively impacting the community. So yeah, overall I think we chose correctly. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distant since leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleif approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleif has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skoger. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? Wait, she's our daughter? Wait. Huh? Oh, I thought they were married. Okay. It looks that way. Oh, then that means you're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleif has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. Oh, wait. This is so sad. So his wife is dead, and he's protecting his daughter. Oh my god. Anyway, you nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skoger throughout the years, just as it is done on every banner in every town. I wish she was here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and why didn't you stop those men from killing each other in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. It wasn't my decision to make. I didn't want blood on my hands, and it was the best of some bad options. I think we went with it wasn't my decision to make, right? We wouldn't be lying if we said that. I don't quite recall what we said, but uh, yeah, it wasn't my decision to make. Deciding what happens to other people. I'm glad I'm not you. I wouldn't know what to do. Oh wait, we can zoom in? Oh my god. Wait, this is so epic. It's not exactly my calling either. Yeah, I know, Dad. Wait, that means that that eagle guy or whatever, I forgot his name already, was trying to get with our daughter. Oh, I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together, sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skoger is your burden now. Alright, so we did have to go see the woman, Oddleaf. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Not at first. Sometimes when a loved one dies, people say it doesn't sink in for a while. It sunk in for me right away. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny. My father named me Oddleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? It'd be really awkward if it picked four, but I do think she's in need of a little bit of encouragement, perhaps. So we could say people look up to you. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be known for handling my feelings. I don't quite know what that means. If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backwards? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you? Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you, if something happened. What would you have done? That's what I've been thinking about so much. It should be mine. I could carry it, but I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow women. Families would leave, our banner would be divided. Would he vouch for her, though? Probably. Come on, Rick. This isn't the time to pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? And the first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. Ooh. Maybe this is what it means to be a strong woman. She looks sideways, eventually giving over a timid smile. I'm not sure if that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard or the sweetest. Listen, I know, I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. Oh shit. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts her hand on your shoulder as she heads back to the camp. Morale improved. Dandy. I don't think we really need to rest. There is a little bit of training we can do. Is this... Oh, right. This is just the window where I'm so silly. Opposed to less than 6 heroes, this could put you at a disadvantage. Oh, Hogan and Mogan are here now. Do we need Oddleaf? I really want to try these. What are their differences? So his power, Bloody Flail. The character strikes multiple times, randomly hitting his opponents for 1 strength or 1 armor damage. One last hit, Bloody Flail does damage equal to 1+1 for each ally standing adjacent to him. This last hit will randomly damage strength or armor. Bloody Flail does direct damage, making it useful even when a character is near death. For this reason, it does a great job of taking out wounded enemies who still have a lot of armor by bypassing it completely. Okay. How about Hogan? Also Bloody Flail. So they both have Bloody Flail. I don't know if we want to run both of the guys together, since they do the same thing. I do think that Oddleaf's ability is a little broken, but judging from our previous combats, we haven't really been able to utilize it very well. Mostly because all of the space has been open, and we haven't, or I haven't really picked up on where I want to put it. I know Rooks, I think, is the called shot, right? Mark Prey. So right now we're running 3 ranged characters. I think we'll just stick with the tankier guy for now, and we'll have him in place here. And then if we feel like Alette, because I feel like both Alette and Oddleaf are a little underwhelming. Maybe just the way that I use them, but I would be okay with dropping one of them for Mogan, just to have a beefier front line, especially since if we do run a heavy melee comp, Hogan and Mogan using both of their abilities would very greatly benefit. So we'll just stick with this for now, and we'll say that this is our composition. And I think we'll. Oh, this is training. Oh, I didn't mean to do this. The training tent allows you to test your party against a team of clansmen of equal power. Training fight never injure your allies or grant renown, but they do let test strategies and safety. Do we want to try this out? Yeah, why not, man? Let's try it. So I do want this guy to take aggro, so we're gonna have him move up here and end turn. Then it's gonna be the turn of the archer of the enemy team. Oh, who uses 3 will to do 4 to our archer. But where is she? Oh, she's up there. Oh, that's weird. Alright, so we're gonna have him move. And they have decided to move up a little close to my liking, so let's get good. We got the dodge percent off of that. And let's really get, I don't really want to do that. Let's move in here. And, yeah, I guess we'll, how much will does he have? Currently a 6 out of 5. So we can, that's that down. These guys are coming up. And I think we can actually just go for Mark Prey here. Oh, right, he has to be closer, doesn't he? Yeah, let's just have him attack maybe. Not close enough. So we're gonna move him. Oh, right, we don't have a line of sight. We can move him here. Nope. Nope. Probably here. And then that is just barely out of range, so we just end turn. They're all hitting armor pretty aggressively. How is our attack looking here? Right, so she has to move down 1, 2, 3 spots. We can arrange that. Man, I suck. Yeah, I'm not doing this. This is freaking... How do I leave this? Exit training. Alright, I think for the most part we're good. We just leave and we march ahead. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stop to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. So we probably want the fighters back. Let's see what our options are. So we can wish them well, see them off with extra supplies, remind everyone that they're free to do as they please. You think you'll survive out there on your own? Tell them they're needed here. I think we'll give them extra supplies. They've helped us out. So I think they deserve it. If that's all you're taking, you may never make it, you say, grabbing a few items from a supply wagon. You strap additional provisions on their backs. Search for family instead of food, you say with a smile. The men clasp wrists with you before departing. Oh, that's Frostvellr. Complaints of Raffensvarter's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snag canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Klausman put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffensvarter's legs before leading him to you. Ooh. How do we handle this? So we don't want to isolate him. That's the worst thing you can ever do to a person. Is just leave him alone. Absolutely terrible. And then taking away his alcohol. But physical punishment is also what good does it do? I think we'll ban him from alcohol. Oh, he agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before Raffensperger manages to find another drink, whether you're allowed or not. Well, in that case, we've already told him, and we can just punish him. Dredge, shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensperger, the unabashed drunk. Staggering toward you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to the trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Raffensperger. Ready yourself against Red, just in case. There'll be time for that later, you tell the men. For now, we take no chances. A full day of uneasy rest passes with no sign of Dredge. The caravan is annoyed by this scare and the delay. Eventually, Raffensperger bursts into laughter, and you're sure there never were any Dredge. Not long after, Raffensperger goes missing. Nobody searches for him or seems to mind. Ooh, that was really bad by us.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellr now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against Dredge as well.
So I guess this is our new settlement. This is where we were running off to as well. Damn, I never realized the scale of Ivor. If you could see him up front right there. He's so much bigger than everything else around him. You jostle through fallow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellr for days. The gates are closed. You come to the stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside and open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody's being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blotsbalker, Greyhorn, people from Bitra, all nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostvellr had locked himself in his great hall. That's when they closed the gates. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Oh, I'm very much. We're getting in there somehow. I can get the gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it, Just push really hard. Alright, let's see the market and see if we want to buy anything. I don't know what BRK is. There's Dodge Chance ones looking pretty good though. I think we can, nah, probably not. Let's just grab some supplies before things start to turn sour. And let's head to the gate. You approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered in the trodden bloody space in front of the doors. Several pin-cushioned bodies lie unclaimed, as though they simply belong here. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason, when they're not flinging stones and curses. Ivor, do you really expect to push these gates open? Find out more from the crowd, shout at the guards on the wall, leave the gates and try something else. I think we're gonna taunt Ivor a little bit. I'm willing to try, grunts Ivor, despite sizing up the doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill them, he says. You're not sure this is the most sound plan. Okay, give it a shot. Ivor slings his shield over his back. He steps up to the gate alone. Archers above watch, more curious than anything else. Ivor plants his feet and puts his shoulders against the massive door. Aside from a long wooden creak, nothing is happening. Then, unbelievably, the doors start trembling. The archers shout, more to those inside the walls than out. The creaking becomes louder, then a crack. Then the doors part slightly. Help him! You shout to the rest of the caravan. When you look back again, you see that nearly everyone has thrown in to push. The gate finally succumbs under your combined effort, and you find yourself face to face with dumbfounded guards. You bark at the mob to attack. Wait, that is epic. Ivor is my goat. Like, actual goat. He just pushed down a gate. I guess that is the strength of one of those giant dudes. Okay, so we do not want her. I want her a little further back. We want you a little further front. And we want you probably... wait. We want... No, okay. So you can stay. You two should swap spots. Like so. And I think that's good. Now we can even actually put a rook a little closer. Now let's pull up. Don't really need to stonewall yet. You can swing up because he's our DPS. Then he's gonna come up and hit one of ours. Goes for the armor, of course. Then we really want to use Rook's ability as much as we can. Let me see the range on that again. Does armor break damage? All allies within range attack the marked target. So we want Rook in melee here, but we want him covered like this. And then this way we can always decide. So now we can actually use. No, we don't want to use wool here. I want to see the range on rain of arrows. So we need to get in so that we can mark this spot or that spot. And I don't know if we can actually get up that far. Well, let's. I think this is probably the closest. Yeah, not quite. So that was a misplay on my part. I should have put her a little bit closer. That's all right. I think we end turn here. Then they're gonna come up, and then she's gonna go for armor break. Oh nope, just strength damage. Okay. So what was her ability? Thread the needle. Hits all units between the archer and the target, doing bonus armor break damage. Ooh, that's a little hard to execute here. I think what we do is move her here. And then we're gonna do this guy for a little bit of armor. They're definitely gonna pull down this way. Alright. We're just gonna kill that guy. And they're gonna hit him again. Oh no, they went for Rook. So now, I think we want this guy up here. And now we want a stone wall in case he does draw aggro. What is yours? Oh, you are not looking good, my friend. So we're gonna have you retreat completely. Is he dead? Nope. But Rook is a little hurt. So why don't we do all of these for one? We want this guy in here. I don't know if I'm willing to greed. Now let's do it. So we're gonna move in here. And we're going to mark prey. Huge, huge. What's Rook's health at now? 1. Okay, Rook is dead. That's not good. That is not good at all. So we want to get her into the action as much as we can. And we want to not let anyone out of anywhere. So if I could just... Interesting choice not to... yeah, you know what? I think that is the way. I think we just need to... Alright, so let's move right here. And then we want to end this guy. And she's ready to promote. Rook dies. Dodge. Huge. I think we're going to... Actually, before we do that, what is this? What is... Okay, so it's good to know that it does that. Return the favor. When hit by adjacent enemy, counter attack for 1 armor damage. Battering ram knocks the target back through multiple tiles along... Okay. It's not exactly what we want, but we do want to just open up here and battering ram this guy and get him away from Rook. He goes for the archer. That's totally fine. We can then... The archer... Her turn, I think, comes before. We can have you come up, and you can actually lower their attack. And then Rook dies. Why won't they kill Rook? I don't understand. You're just going to rest. Actually, wait, can he reach? What if we risk it for the biscuit, you know? What if we just blood flail here? Huge. Ah, there it is. I tried to keep him alive so long, but it was not enough. So let's try to create distance. We are going to mark prey right there, which causes them to run away. Our Thrasher dies as well. Not the best outcome, but you know, what are you gonna do? Probably should have used a little bit of will there to break his armor. Great. Then Blood Thrasher goes crazy here, I think. Great. Can't really do anything. It's fine. This guy should be able to hit him for 2 now. Archer's turn. Archer hits guy. How much do we do to her? I can't quite see. I wish I could. Is it better just to kill him? Probably. Let's just do it. attack her. Would have been really tragic if we didn't do that. Then we have her. She can come up. Might deflect, but should be fine. Nice. At this point, I don't think she's actually capable of doing enough damage to do anything significant. Oh, I think she's just dead. Oh, that's crazy. Ivor's promoted. Huge. Rook is injured. Not the worst. Hogan's injured. Again, not the worst. We got Hella Renown. Guards who aren't lying at your feet run. A crowd of men and women scurry into the city while they have the chance, but it's only a moment before a man wearing all black approaches with many more axemen at his back. Oh, do we have to fight again? What in the depth are you doing? Letting ourselves in? I see that. I'm very impressed. But all those people you just let in here, dead. All those women and children with you, dead. And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together, Skull. What are you talking about? The man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees notice. If I knew there were fighters and a Varl outside, I would have brought you in. I'm Ekil. I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh, really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms, if that wasn't clear. What happened in here? Soon as they heard Dredge were coming, anyone who couldn't swing an axe got one to the head. That's the short story, anyway. At least 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with exaggeration, as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there? Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got a Varl who apparently has the strength of a god. I can keep you flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me. And to take back Frostvellr. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine. Cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. This is a very difficult choice. I don't quite know where I want to go. So Ekil definitely seems like he's reasonable. But I also think that somewhere down the line he'll definitely make a couple decisions that we're not going to want to deal with, for sure. Fending for ourselves when we have decided to just bash our way in without thinking, it's kind of bad because we don't really have any information. And leaving is also not quite it, I don't think. I'm really reluctant to say we might have to actually join him. I think we'll stick with that for now. Good, because whatever else you were thinking would have been a bad idea. Ekil shouts to his men, and with the gates closed, you follow him down obscured alleys. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Oh, chapter 3, Little Did They Sleep. I see. So now we're going to be going over to the other caravan. Hacken, we're back. I was able to get about as many warriors from Strand as you wanted, and more weapons. Extra supplies too. Oh, 100 Varl, 100. Holy shit. You perk up, just now realizing Moger has been talking to you. Since Vognir died, everyone has been looking to you to make the decisions. It's exhausting. Hacken? I heard you. I was saying the Varl we sent to Strand have returned. The governor gave us most of what we wanted. Good enough. Much resistance from the governor? Some. I don't think he was happy about us buying his fighters using his own money. He also insisted we take on a lackey of his to watch over his property, and a man named Eirik. Eirik? I met him. He seemed competent enough. Regardless, the governor will have to get over it unless he wants Dredge crawling through his streets. We've put down every slag that has wandered through here while you were gone. Enough lapping off mouths, then. You're sure that wound has healed, Ludin? I agree. Enough has already gone wrong. If something happens to the prince on a mission of peace, the alliance would rot. Or worse. Return to Strand, go home. Ludin makes his own decisions. Vognir is dead. There's no reason to stay. I don't know what I want to do here. I don't really like Ludin, but he seems like he's important. I think we'll say that. Why? Aren't you fabled dredge killers? How do you let them get this far south? We're not watchmen for the world. Watch your tone. If they're here, then something has gone wrong at Schlid, and you shouldn't be here. We would only be made to do this again later, and I will not suffer it all a second time. Either take us through the wandering road, or do your job and slaughter some dredge. Ludin turns abruptly with a scowl. He stamps back to his ring of tents and followers. Wandering roads, not an option with this many. I could crush that boy's skull with one hand. If Ludin won't be deterred, you'll have to deal with it. Don't let Ludin get to you. Let's go. I'm sick of looking at this dump. What I tell the warriors, Hacken? Tell them to be cautious, no more losses. Tell them we cover the mountainside in dredge bodies. Tell them we don't stop until Schlid is retaken. I like that. That sounds epic. I read that and that actually sounded epic. Glad to hear it. Give the word and we're set off. Alright. So, having come to the end of chapter 2, starting chapter 3, I think we'll cut it here. I do definitely want to keep playing, but I think this is a good place to cut off. Well, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, see you in the next episode. Bye.